Hello, right now we're going to take a quick look at some of the customization of XCOM 2. XCOM 2's got a ton of different customization options in different ways, but I'm talking specifically on character customization, dressing your soldiers up, in layman's terms. Now, what better way to have a look at that than let's hop into this dandy new character pool. So before we talk about the customization itself, we should probably talk about the character pool. So in old XCOM, you could manually name soldiers after whoever you wanted to, or you could use the name list. The name list was, as it sounded, a list of names that you created or drew from, and the game would draw from this list of names, like pulling little names out of a hat, and it would randomly give the troops you get these names. So it was always a little bit of a surprise. Who are you going to get? The character pool is a new feature in XCOM 2, which is like the name list but way better. So the character pool, it's not just names, it's the entire soldier. Let's take a look at Soylent Green here, for example. Who I've made all of these people. I went nuts. I made a lot of people. So here you can see Soylent Green. I've made him up in his orange armor, his full face helmet. We need to mod in the Soylent helmet though, the bicycle helmet. Firebrand's wearing it, the Sky Ranger pilot, but it's not a customization option just yet. Hopefully we can mod that in. But anyway, you can see here all the different choices we've given him, and then some special ones you can only access in the character pool. You can choose what they appear as. Do they appear as a soldier? Do they appear as a VIP, the people you can capture, like scientists and rewards, people you can rescue, I should say, or get as rewards for missions, so they can be your scientists, your engineers, etc. Or can they appear as a dark VIP? These are the bad guy VIPs, the Advent sympathizers, who you kidnap or kill in those particular council missions. So you can also choose what soldier class they're most likely to appear as. I say most likely because, and it's the same with the attitude, it also seems to be a bit random. Often they will appear as this class, and often they will appear with this attitude, but sometimes, especially when they come as a rookie, I've noticed they'll have a random attitude, and I've noticed sometimes they'll come as a rookie even though you said appear as a grenadier, because you can get soldiers throughout the game, like you found a grenadier at this event, for example, you might find Soylent. But if they come as a rookie, which they can still come as, even if you set it the grenadier, it doesn't invalidate them from appearing as a rookie at the start of your campaign. You know, they'll show up as whatever the hell the class they want when you promote them. But that's all quite good. You can set, you know, in most cases what they should be, which is quite fun for following the stories you've set for them, or for the classes that you've come to know and love them as. For me, Soylent's a perennial grenadier. Now you can set their voices, and as we get into this part, this is really just more about general customization. So let's have a look on someone who doesn't have a helmet on, so it's a bit easier. Or hell, let's just take Soylent's helmet off. So if you take the helmet off, we'll have the full options. There's Soylent's beautiful rugged face. And you can see, let's just go through all the customization options, not too exhaustively, but let's have a quick look at everything. You've got character info to start. Now, character info is quite cool. This lets you set the first name, last name, and nickname if you want of your soldier. If you don't give the character pooled person a nickname, it'll just be blank and they can roll a random nickname like everyone else. I never showed you the biography either. You can actually enter your own biographies right here whenever you want, change the nationality and gender of anybody whenever you want. And I should mention as well that each soldier in your main campaigns will also have in their customization options a button that lets you save them to the character pool. That'll send them as is, completely as is preserved, to the character pool here, and then you can pop in, you can change anything you want, or you can just leave them there and let them show up in your future campaigns, which is really, really cool. Or you can adjust them in here whenever you want to, you know, the world is your oyster. And before we get into more of the options, I'll just talk about the character pool a bit more. You can create characters from scratch here, as I've said. You can also import characters. Here I've made a couple of character pools that I can export as entire pools to people. And then once people have those pools, they can put them in the right folder, I'd imagine. And then you can import whoever you want. You can import everyone, or you can just import single people. You can also select people, of course, to export to these pools whenever you want. So if you've got a pool, you can add to it any time. Just go export selection, select the pool you want. Are you sure you want to put them in this pool? Yes. Someone like Chad Kilroy here can show things off a bit better. We'll just temporarily set his armor pattern to none, and we can show things off a bit better. We'll also change his class to rookie so we can see stuff a bit better. So you can change different hats. It actually preserves the hair underneath if it can. You won't see it with Kilroy too much because his hair is crazy, so every hat's gonna really... Well, no, there's the headband, there you go. In Enemy Within, hats always got rid of your hair, but for example, here's Kilroy with the crazy hair with a boonie hat on, but if we go ahead and give Kilroy, let's see here, if we give him some long curly hair, and then we give him a cap, that's totally represented, so that's a nice leap and bound ahead for XCOM 2's customization. So like I said, you got all these different types of hats, I'll just quickly show you all of them. Why not? You're here to see customization. Let's show you everything we got. You'll notice some of them, like the Shamar Scarf, do remove your glasses. Also, one thing to notice that is quite interesting is if you're wearing something like a ball cap and it's a certain color, if you have an armor pattern, different armor patterns act differently. So now, instead of being your secondary color as it is here, it's the khaki we've picked as our secondary, instead it's a mix of the camos, and now it's all one color amongst all of your pieces. Different things interact differently, so experiment with the different camos, you can get cool different looks. Bunch of cool different helmets. There's of course different customization options as you unlock better tiers of armor, and those aren't visible right here in the character pool. This is just your basic Kevlar stuff. You've got a whole bunch of different arm choices that reflect different sleeves, different options there, different shoulder pads and gloves and etc. Different legs that again, you know, different kind of customization options. What am I talking about here? This is the customization video. Torso, again, have a look at these different options. I'm a big fan of Torso 3. I like that more real-world kind of look. Tons of choices for your glasses, and upper face and lower face are different now, so it's not like the old game where you had to pick the hats and glasses combo. Now you can have whatever hat you want, whatever glasses you want, and except for a few types of hats that get rid of them, do whatever you want. A lot of these choices are limited when you're a rookie, unless you're in the character pool. So if you have a normal rookie out there, just in your normal campaign, he won't be able to pick some of these choices until he hits Sergeant. Rookies, squaddies, and corporals can't use all of the customization options by default. But in the character pool, it doesn't matter, and I thank them for that. In the character pool, it wouldn't make sense, so you just do whatever you want here. Lower face props, we've got cigarettes, cigars, XCOM bandana, skull bandana, biker and stripe bandanas. And again, you can mix and match these as much as you want in almost all cases. Like we saw before, if you show that, show those pretty arms again, Kilroy, you've got all sorts of different tattoos, and you can see them right here: Chrysalid Killer, Berserker, Hunter, There's a lot of really good ones here. I really like them. And going through all these options, I think one of the coolest things to think about is not just what's already here, because there's a reasonable amount, but in 2 or 3 years, or like in a year of play, you can tell me I'm going to want some more, and that's why I'm really happy that XCOM 2 is very moddable, because I'm really looking forward to seeing how many different customization packs we get. I feel like customizations will be pretty quick to do, so I'm looking really forward to just a lot of customization mods, a lot of little standalone mods like download this Hawaiian shirt, download this clown hat, download these Groucho glasses. I think I'm going to have like 200 different cosmetic mods once the game modding starts rolling off. You can change the color of your tat to whatever you want. You've got all sorts of different scars, face burns, just slashes, stitches, eye burns, all sorts of things. By the way, there's different tattoos for each arm. You can have 2 different tattoos if you want. All sorts of different hair, from bald all the way through the gamut. You've got some ponytails for the Big Boss MGS5 kind of look. All sorts of different hairstyles. Tons and tons and tons. You got your Bob Ross. Receding hair medium, receding hair short, that's a special favorite of mine. Cornrows, dreadlocks, Rastafarian, spiky mohawks, Vikings, and blowout is obviously one of my favorites. Let's stick that hat back on you. Get that hair under control. Police that hair. I like to think that when you take the helmet off Kilroy, when he takes his helmet off, it just springs out elastically. All sorts of different camo patterns, like I said before. And these camo patterns aren't just set colors, so if we set it back to, well, let's have a look through the camo patterns first. I like Shamar quite a lot. Wild, stripes, dots, hearts is a cute one. Tiger, plaid, zebra. You can have your zebra striped pistols, because these patterns also apply to the weapons. These are all the same patterns. I like Tundra for that worn kind of look, not just for snow camo. But Alien's my favorite because with the right colors, it's very much like that Marines Marpat kind of look. And that's what I've used here. The secondary colors are, you know, just as much a part of the camo as your primary. And you can mix and match your colors with camo to make whatever you want, really. Or if you have no camo type, the secondary colors just represent, as you'd expect, do I have to explain this, the secondary stuff. So you got a lot of different choices. The weapon patterns interact in quite interesting ways in that they make dark colors darker, it seems, some of them. Like, they make certain colors interact differently. For example, I like to put hex on my black guns. Gives them a bit more texture. You can't see the hex, but it does make them a bit darker. Observe if I take it off hex, it's a little bit blue, a little bit lighter, because that's actually a really dark blue, but hex sells it as, like, the default gun manufacturer black. But if I give this gun a bit more of a colorful color, something like a red, then we can just go ahead and go into weapon camo, and you can just make these horrible tiger stripe, desert eagle, deagle brand XIX horrible Call of Duty abominations. You can make your electric hive AWPs and, you know, whatever you want. You can go wild with the camos. There's a lot of fun you can have. But for me, I'm pretty boring. I generally stick to a nice, right off the factory line black, down here with black 91. For your attitudes, you've got several different ones. By the book, laid back, normal, twitchy, happy-go-lucky, gives him a little smile, hard luck, gives him a big frown, and intense. Now, one cool thing about these attitudes that I didn't realize until very recently, until I got some hands-on time with the game, because they haven't really talked about it a whole lot, is the different attitudes actually reflect differently on the voice of your soldier as well. So it's a lot of work, considering they've already got how many different voices. If you go over here, like all these different voice packs, they all have different reflections depending on your attitude. So right now we've got voice attitude 9. Voice 9 for Kilroy, American English 9. There's also UK.
10-4. Already there. Running. No need to ask twice. Will do.
It's a bit of a Scottish
Already
one.
There. Copy that.
No, is that the Irish one?
Double time.
That's the Scottish one.
Running. On it. Roger that.
Aussie.
Got it. Copy that. Location confirmed. Move. I'm all over it. Good to go.
We've also got all your multi-language packs, just like Enemy Within had.
Los. Es igual.
Although I am noticing a lack of Russian this time around, sadly. Very sad. We need that Russian pack back. And I think they all reflect the attitudes as well. But you know, you take that American English voice 9, and then there's like 3, 4, 7 different attitudes that voice can come off as. They're very noticeable in game, so it's very cool. These attitudes change your animation set and how your character acts, and also how they talk. And there's a lot of different personality types when you start combining all of them together. We'll give him back his big gun. I feel like Kilroy would like to be a grenadier. Has a little thing down here that tells you when they were made, of course. You can change their skin color around to whatever you deem fit. Well, not whatever you deem fit. You can't be green, but I'm sure mods will fix that. Bunch of different facial hairs. Let's take the helmet off again for a second. Bunch of different facial hairs. You can have all sorts of different beards and etc. Also some stuff like mutton chops, sideburns, huge sideburns, mutton chops and stash. For you Civil War reenactors, there you go. Scruffy beard, sideburns and goatee, got your 5 o'clock shadow. Kilroy looks so different without a beard. All your different bits of stubble. I like scrappy beard, that's my favorite. All sorts of different hair colors, and I mean, if you want to be fluoro pink, go for it. You can even change your eye colors in XCOM 2. Different eye colors, very noticeable. Most troops all come with the default brown. I think so as not to startle you of like the Atreides blue. Really noticeable when you got a soldier of different eye colors. But there you go. If you wanna, you can have different eye colors whenever you want. Make your perfect waifu and or husbando. Right down to the iris color. All sorts of different faces for each race. You got like what? 6 different choices for this race. You can go into different races and they've each got their own different thing as well. And I think that exhaustively just about covers it. Let's stick his hat back on. I'm pretty sure I showed everything. One other thing I should show though is let's go into the women as well. Can't leave the women out. Let's go into Jenny Heinze here. And again, all sorts of different voices.
On the move.
You got your UK.
Getting it done. Solid copy. Got it covered.
Irish.
Go. Location confirmed.
Scottish.
Go. Getting it done. Rolling out. Solid copy.
You got Aussie.
Double time. Stepping off. Location confirmed. On it. Running. Getting it done.
And all the multinationals, of course.
Position bestätigt. I'm all over it.
Which reminds me, before we go any further, I have to show you. I don't know if you really heard it, but listen to this goddamn voice. It's like James Bond. I haven't used this one yet, but...
Stepping off. Double time. Got it.
My god.
Moving.
It's like James Bond.
Good to go. 10-4. Moving out.
It's so good. I want to make a James Bond soldier that uses that one.
Getting it done.
But let's go back to Jenny. Have a look at the different hairs. You can be bald if you want. You can be G.I. Jane. Long straight bangs, long wavy, pixie cut, ponytail, bangs in a bun. All sorts of different stuff here. There's all sorts of different hairstyles again. Quite a few different choices. Again, make your perfect waifu and or husbando. Right down to the knitting needles in their hair. Right down to the bob. Right down to the shaved faux hawk or the punky half shave undercut or the I'm gonna call this the Solomon because it reminds me of the male Solomon hair. You just make whoever you want. You see that soldier? You can customize them. You got your blowout still. You got your Viking tail. Dirty bangs in a bun. I like dirty bangs in a bun. All sorts of different stuff. So that's just about it. I think I've covered pretty much everything there is to cover about cosmetics for soldiers right now, except for the ones you unlock later with more armors. Like I said, there's certainly a good amount here for vanilla and for launch, but I'll definitely be looking forward to more. I think all the DLC packs are coming with more customizations, which will be good, but I'm really looking forward to, hopefully really soon after launch, I just want to see what people come up with customization-wise. I want to see some, like, really cool, ultra-serious stuff, like, you know, operator gear, get some balaclavas, you know, some more webbings and some fingerless gloves for your snipers, stuff like that. Night vision goggles, more than is already represented. A lot of cool stuff like that. I also want to see all the fun stuff like Hawaiian shirts, cute little hats, you know, weird stuff like that. Maybe get some themed costumes like here's like a Fallout suit or here's Master Chief's armor. I'm really looking forward to the creativity of the modding scene because with XCOM 2 being extra moddable, you know what, you can look at a lot of extra moddable games like Skyrim and it's just so fun just looking at the mods. There's so much cool stuff possible once people have the tools and they have the creativity, and I think XCOM 2 cosmetics, not just cosmetics, but cosmetics especially, are going to be so cool to see. I think there's going to be a lot of cool packs everyone's going to want, and especially me, I can see myself having hundreds of cosmetic packs, assuming they come out. I can't imagine why they wouldn't. But for now, I think that more than covers a pretty good look at XCOM 2's character customization. There's a lot of good stuff here already, and I'm sure with the modding it's only going to get better. It's going to be a very exciting time on Feb 5th when the game launches to see how quickly the modding takes off. I'm really looking forward to see. I mean, it's already a great game with great customization. I'm really looking forward to seeing what people do with it. And it's always nice to see the labor loves you make in the character pool find their way into the dynamic menu as well. Always a fun time. Like, as you should already know, the menu is one of my favorite parts of XCOM 2 because now it will represent the last mission you've been on, and it'll put some of the last soldiers you've dealt with on that as well. So it's kind of like a little recap glimpse at some of the last stuff you did when you last played the game. The menu's really cool. It's always changing, always showing different stuff. It's a really cool menu. But enough waffling from me on certain features. I'm sure that customization video ran well long enough. If there's anything I missed that you'd like to ask a question about, or if you just have something to discuss about the customization, how it works, what you're going to customize your troops to look like come the game's release once you get your hands on it, feel free to leave a comment. If you've got a question, I'll try to reply to it if I see it. Otherwise, hope you enjoyed this look at the customization in XCOM 2. Hope I didn't miss too much that you were interested in. I think I covered just about everything. And until next time, I hope you have a good one. Check out some of my other videos for other kinds of XCOM 2 stuff. I got a couple of campaigns going soon if they're not already released. Got an equipment overview as well, finally. I know you guys have been waiting for customization and equipment. In the end, I decided that it was easier, once I got word that this was coming, to do some live talkovers of customization and equipment, rather than spending about a week piecing together footage for non-live equipment and customization overviews. So I hope these worked well, and I hope they were worth the wait. Gaben at valvesoftware.com. Hope you had fun, and that's enough waffling from me. Until next time, have a good one, see you around, and yeah, XCOM 2. It's kind of really good. Enjoy.